what's up everyone? GameDad here, coming at you guys with a brand new video, and this time we are taking a look at my personal top 10 games that were released in 2020. Now I'm going to borrow the same premise that my buddy Jay did over at Square Pegs. Make sure you guys check him out, but the rule is simple. If it was released in 2020, it's fair game. So let's go ahead and take a look at my personal top 10 list. It could be different than yours, and that's okay. And if it is, let me know down in the comments below. What are your top 10 games for 2020? And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really helps out the channel. And be sure to also hit that little notification bell so you can alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now let's go ahead and dive in and check out my top 10 games for 2020. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, is just that. It was about time that this game finally came out, that there was finally a proper sequel to the Crash Bandicoot franchise, and the game is phenomenal. If you have ever played a Crash Bandicoot game, you know exactly what to expect, and this just absolutely delivers with amazing visuals and an excellent soundtrack, and just the gameplay is just fun and unique. They definitely do offer more things in this game, such as new costumes, tons of different collectibles. They do have extra moves and different gameplay mechanics, things like that, to really help keep it fresh. But overall, the core gameplay of a Crash Bandicoot game is there, and it's awesome. Next up on this list is Spirit of the North. Now, this was a blind buy, and I am so happy that I got this game. If you like games like Journey or Flower or Abzu, just like walking simulator style games, then you will absolutely love this game. Now, I hadn't heard of this when it came out on the PS4. I just happened to see it on the upcoming releases for PS5, so I pre-ordered it. And I am so glad that I did. The visuals in this game are stunning. The controls are very simplistic. You have a walk, a sprint, a jump, and then you get some extra spirit powers along the way. The game is also very easy to just play through, or if you want to go and actually do some collection and try and go for completion on this game, it is also a very easy process. It only took a few hours for me to be able to go through and actually complete and get the platinum trophy on this game, but I've got to say it was a fantastic experience. Next up on the list, we have one of my most beloved franchises from when I was a kid and a teenager, and that is Command & Conquer Remastered. This was kind of, for me at least, kind of like a secret drop. I had no idea this was coming out until about 2 days before it was actually released. Now, I actually enjoy playing it with the old style look of the graphics, but you can actually just tap the spacebar and it shows you fully remastered graphics, gives you remastered audio. One thing that didn't really change was the FMV, but I kind of like it because that was kind of the draw of these games. It was just so cheesy and over the top, but it worked. And these games were RTS games at their finest. I played the Command & Conquer franchise from the very beginning all the way up through right before they started getting like really 3D with their sprites with a lot of the Tiberium War games. I never really played those very much, but the core Command & Conquer games were phenomenal. And coming in at number 7, we have Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, of course, none of these games actually came out in 2020, but the collection did, so I am including it because I think this collection is phenomenal. You get Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. Would have been nice if they included Mario Galaxy 2, but that is a topic for a different time. It is great to be able to just take these games on the go and have fun with a bunch of games from my childhood and later on in my teen years. The games look great, especially Mario 64. It definitely got a visual upgrade. It still looks very polygonal, like it should. I mean, it's from the N64 days, but overall, it plays fantastic. The camera angles can still get a little wonky, at least in Mario 64, but overall it's really not that bad, and the game is fantastic playing on the Switch. And then, of course, Mario Sunshine. Out of all of the 3D Mario games, I gotta say that Sunshine is probably my favorite out of all of them, even more so than Odyssey. Odyssey was phenomenal, but I don't know what it is. I really liked playing through Mario Sunshine. I love the aesthetics, I love the coloring, the story was fun. It was just awesome. It was such a great premise. And then, of course, there's Mario Galaxy, the first true Wii Mario title, and that game was just mind-blowing when it came out. The fact that, you know, planets and gravity, and you could hop to different planets and moons, and everything about Galaxy was just a super fun game, an amazing concept, and Like I said, they didn't put Mario Galaxy 2 in there, which really expanded on Mario Galaxy 1, but overall, I'm still glad that it is in this collection because this collection is phenomenal. Coming in at number 6, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I am playing this one on the Series X, and I gotta say, the game is breathtaking. It looks amazing. Overall, the gameplay is awesome. I have not beat the game yet, but I am going through it, and I'm just taking my time and just having a blast. One thing I will say is this game is not for the faint of heart. It is significantly more graphic than other Assassin's Creed games, but you know what? It's okay. It's kind of fun to have that shock value versus the same old formula that every other Assassin's Creed game has had. So it's kind of nice because this is all about Vikings. Vikings were known to be absolutely brutal, and this game delivers on that. Coming in at number 5, we have Horizon Zero Dawn, the Complete Edition. So obviously this game did not originally release in 2020, but this is the 2020 version. This is the one that finally released for PC, and I cannot believe the graphical fidelity that you are able to get out of this game. If you've ever played a Horizon Zero Dawn game, you know that the story is phenomenal, and I cannot wait for the new one to come out, but I wanted to replay this. I had played it originally on PS4, wanted to replay it on PC, and man, am I happy that I picked this game up. It includes the expansions and DLC, all that stuff, and it's just, it's amazing. You get to relive an excellent story, but with a way more fancy skin over the top of it. Coming in at number 4, we have Astro's Playroom. Now, anyone that has been following this channel for a while knows that I absolutely love my PSVR, and I loved Astrobot Rescue Mission, and this game took that to a whole new level. Yeah, it's not VR, and I really do wish they would have had a VR mode, but this game is the perfect tech demo for the PlayStation 5. It shows what the console is capable of, and more important, it shows what the DualSense controller is capable of, and it is amazing. The gameplay is fun, it's vibrant, and it doesn't get too stale or anything like that. There's definitely some collectible aspects which are really fun, but the overall completion to fully complete this game, get every collectible, every trophy, everything, only takes a few hours, and it is a super chill few hours. Now for the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, it was really hard to pick what I wanted to be in my top 3. I knew this was definitely going to be there, but I definitely was struggling with which games were going to be in what order. However, I finally decided this one is number 3. It is a fantastic game. If you liked Spider-Man on the PS4, you will absolutely adore this game. It just takes everything from that and just makes it that much better. It does feel like a glorified expansion. It doesn't feel like its own like full solid game, but at the same time, you're not paying the price of a full game. You're paying more of a DLC price, kind of like they did with Far Cry New Dawn for Far Cry 5. But that does not mean that this game is not still phenomenal. I went through and in about 6 play sessions, I completely 100% completed this game, got every trophy, got the platinum, and I just had a blast doing it. Miles is a phenomenal character. I cannot wait to see what they do with this franchise moving forward, because I would love to see more of the 2 Spider-Mans in the same universe thing happening. Coming in at number 2, we have Immortals Fenyx Rising. This game is, it's epic. I mean, the dialogue in this game is fantastic. The whole thing is being narrated by Prometheus and Zeus, and you're playing as the character Phoenix, and they're just basically telling this entire story from their perspective as you play the game, and the dialogue is hilarious. Now, I remember reading something online. This game was described as Odyssey of the Wild. It's like a mix of Assassin's Creed meets Zelda Breath of the Wild. So you can tell from the aesthetic, the coloring, things like that, it has a very Breath of the Wild vibe to it, but the overall gameplay has a very Assassin's Creed vibe to it. And the two blend so perfectly. The game is phenomenal. It has multiple difficulty levels, whatever you want to do, and you can go around, go on a collectathon, getting all kinds of stuff if you want. You don't have to. You can go to any part of anywhere in the game at any time And you can choose to make the game even harder for yourself. Say you want to beeline it straight to the final boss, go for it. Doesn't mean it's not going to suck. Or say you want to go free all the gods to help you out. That whole just premise screams Breath of the Wild. But at the same time, this game completely stands on its own. If I had never played Breath of the Wild, if I had never played an Assassin's Creed game, I know for a fact I would still absolutely love this game. It is fantastic. The visuals are glorious. The gameplay is phenomenal. And the story is just super fun. Now here it is. My number one, Ghost of Tsushima. This game, it's almost beyond words. The game is beautiful. The storyline is fantastic. The way you upgrade throughout the game, the way you interact with the environment, the way everything affects you as a character. The game is just, it's an epic. It isn't just a regular story. It is, you are going on an amazingly grand adventure, and it is beautiful the way they present it. Everything in this game is all about peace and harmony, and all about your character finding his way in this world after tragedy and learning how to grow and become the person that you were supposed to be. And the game just does a fantastic job of getting that message across. I will say there were a couple of story elements that started to feel a little predictable, but then right when I'm starting to make guesses as to what's going to happen next, it completely turns that on its head and goes in an entirely different direction. And I loved it. The controls were excellent in the game, very intuitive, very easy to follow along with. There was definitely a nice aspect of challenge for certain areas in the game, but it never felt like anything that was too much to handle. There were definitely times where, I would die and I'd have to go back and replay things a couple of times, but that just made it even more fun because I was learning more about how the game works and how to really adapt my character to the situation. I cannot wait to see if there is a continuation of this franchise because this is not only my top game of 2020, this is easily in my top 5 games of all time. If you have not played Ghost of Tsushima, you absolutely have to. And if you end up getting a PS5, playing it on there, it looks even more gorgeous. The way they optimized it for a new console, it's amazing. So there you have it, everyone. Those are my personal top 10 games for 2020. Lots of good stuff on the list, in my opinion, of course. But let me know down in the comments below, what are your favorite games that were released in 2020? And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.